bake sale, local craft vendors, children's games, cake walk, scavenger hunt, art, and a barbecue. And then we're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers, $5 to get a hot dog, to get a burger, to get some chips, to get a drink. And with the bake sale, we'll have a lot of baked goods, which is really exciting that you could buy. The scavenger hunt is a lot of fun. We painted a bunch of rocks, and if you find the special rock, you get a special gift. So, September 29th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Glory of God Lutheran Church, 12200 West 38th Avenue, Wheat Ridge, Colorado. And if you want more of information about that, go to gloryofgodchurch.net. And here we have Henry. Wow.
You know what was funny when he walked in? He goes, "I'm gonna trash you." I told him, he goes, "No, the church is listening." I go, "What's the denomination?" He goes, "Oh, they'll accept you." Oh my God.
Yeah, you are welcome. Everyone's welcome at Glory of God Lutheran Church. It is an ELCA church, and all are welcome there. And for our fall festival, we're inviting everybody because it is family friendly. So bring all your grandkids.
You can't say that to me. It'll be a quinceañera there. Who's
Yeah.
all these people? It's
That's what we want. Bring the whole family, especially the big family.
But a lot of things have been going on. They'll think we're the Dominicans and the Hondurans and all the gangs. And that happened. I just heard that. It's crazy.
Oh, I know.
They were having a car
Crazy
show.
stuff
They were
going
having
on.
a car show in Arvada, and the lady called the cops. Said they're in the park and they're all
What?
It
No.
was a car show, you know. But we have a good time here, and just to let you know who Michael Bliss is, for in case everybody hasn't seen his face here in a long time, Michael.
4 years.
It's been 4 years. We went through the pandemic. We went
Yes.
through a lot of things. Of course, KUHS kept going.
Yay.
And it's just, I don't know. When you see our new studio, it's different, huh?
It's beautiful. Yeah, different location, a new setup, and
It's completely different than when he was expected. And he was over there looking for us. He went to the animal hospital looking in the bag.
looking for this
"You got-
animal.
You got Henry back there?
Are you working on Henry? Well, we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Geez, as we get older, we're
Yes.
like an old classic car.
Yeah, you go to the doctor. I don't know. We can fix you. Take all these pills. What are they? Aspirin. But it's really nice, Michael, what you've been doing. So let's talk about you to begin with before we get into the Bliss Fest.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. So a lot of people don't remember you, and if they do, here's Michael Bliss, back by popular demand. And he used to do HET, Historic Elitch Theater, podcast and live feed here.
Yes.
It was really cool. I mean, he had people from all over the planet watching, listening, coming in. From Australia, that was the coolest one. Talking to tomorrow.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was, and so we do all kinds of neat things. You know, of course, our system here has changed. It says the producer's going to be. I told him AI is going to run it back. I just hit the buttons, and then the machine takes over. It's like we were talking about AI, about what it does nowadays, and all the gimmicks and all the things it can do for you, and use it as a tool. Now with Bliss Fest, you've been doing this for 25 years.
25 years. So yes, I've been a filmmaker since I was in high school. My first film was called To Live Is to Die, and then I started Bliss Fest then to really promote the arts, multimedia cultural arts film festival. And that started in 1999, 25 years ago.
Isn't that nice? 25-year anniversary of
Yes,
Bliss Fest.
the silver anniversary.
You've done a lot of fun things. You also do the horror show, I think, or something.
Zombie Fest.
The Zombie Fest.
Yes,
I
get the zombies together.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you've always done all these really fabulous productions, and even your movies and your films, short films, stuff like that. They're incredibly creative.
Yes.
And you've been like that ever since you put them together. Now you're even getting better. It's you think to yourself, now that I'm older, I get real good. Now, can I do this when I was young?
Well, we're just talking about the skateboarding too. Like, yeah, as we get older, the tricks get a lot tougher, and Henry's real active, and I stay active, and
That's right.
And got to keep active to try to stay young. You know the importance of that.
Oh yeah, I stay real active, even though I'm breaking down, I'm getting older, my body's starting to get the wrinkles and all that stuff all over it. But I've always had wrinkles.
And you go well with the silver anniversary
Yeah.
with his silver hair.
I call it chrome.
Chrome. Oh yeah.
It's chromed out, man.
Chromed out. You got to get the teeth to go with
Yes.
that too. The chrome teeth.
You know, it's really cool that you're here, Michael. I was excited to have you here. I thought, because we talked about it way back when. We said, when can we do it? And we picked the time and date. But you kind of moved the date a little bit, but it doesn't matter with us. You're always welcome here. That's the thing.
That's great.
We can always put you in. And you've done some really good things. And then I right away posed it out to you immediately. Hey, you're still doing your creativity. You can bring some of your stuff in here. We can do some live videos for some of these bands, these groups, all these artists that are coming through here are looking for your kind of technique and talents. And so we talked about that. So in case you don't know Michael Bliss, he's been making a lot of these different films and short films and movies. Let's talk a little bit about the ones you just recently got some credits and some awards for.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, I started making films in high school. It started off with just skateboarding videos, and then 2020, the pandemic came, and we kind of got isolated and going stir crazy in my house. And so this idea came to me around Easter. Was kind of well, what am I gonna do? So I needed to get out of the house, and and so I'm like, let's just sneak out of the house, because we weren't even supposed to go out. And I came up with a character, Lazarus. And so I'm like, let's take this kind of creepy character, kind of looks like death, and have him walk around downtown Denver with an empty city. And it was so surreal.
You know, Denver has gone, just like downtown Denver looks like crap anymore. You know? The lower downtown where the new buildings looks good, but to the north looks good, but downtown does not look right.
Well, this was crazy because all, the mall down there, the 16th Street Mall, it was all boarded up.
Wow.
And so it kind of felt like we were doing a documentary, but also kind of had a character, walking through all this apocalypse. That's what it felt like. It really tied in with the zombie fest and. Yeah, so that was a crazy time, and I was kind of a nervous wreck filming this, because I'm like, am I going to get kicked out? Am I going to get thrown in jail? Because we weren't really supposed to be out at that time, but everything went fine. And so this film is actually screened all over the world, has won numerous awards, and so from there, then I shot this film called Christ 2022. And Jesse.
Of course.
Yeah, so I had Jesse dress up as Christ. And once again, we went downtown, and so it's a different scene because this is in 2022.
So then, a little different.
Yeah, so the cars are driving by. We went to the Civic Park there, and Jesse walked through holding a cross. And once again, because we were at the Capitol with a Christ-like figure and a cross, and we're walking down the stairs, and we're like, are we gonna get thrown in jail for this? No, people came up and they wanted to do selfies and take pictures with Jesse. And so it was like the complete opposite.
Hey, Christ, how are you doing? Bless you, my son, bless you.
And then we went into Civic Park, and it was really cool because they had it, and they probably still do, they had it all blocked off.
I remember that, yeah.
So we were able to walk through, and it was just Jesse walking with the cross, and it just it just looked historical there because of all the columns and just
the way it looked.
The way it looks, and so it
you had
just
the backdrop for Christ.
Yeah,
and Greek and the mythology look, or that look from the backside, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it looked like that, and it just went well with what it was. And the funny part, when I was posting pics on social media, the comments you get are hilarious, because people were like, that cross is the wrong size. And then they're like, there weren't cars and electricity back then. I'm like, did you even read the title?
I know.
This is Christ 2022 here. So we're doing it in today's world with a twist at the end. And so that's been in all sorts of festivals around the world too, winning awards, and Jesse played a great Christ-like character there. It's really beautiful.
You know what's really neat, Mike, is what you're talking about, all this stuff, how social media, you cannot even fathom the types of comments and things you'll get from people, and they'll even engage into this diatribe about you. What are you doing? Desecrating, or they'll do things.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what are you talking about?
And like I'm trying to promote positivity,
Yeah, that's right.
and then the negative comments I
like,
get.
Like, whoa!
It's just like I'm trying to do something good here,
Yeah,
and it's my way of healing too, because
That's
like
right.
being isolated, locked down, and it's like I got to get out of the house. Like I need to do something, and what a better way than to have a camera? And nowadays, with our phones, my newest film, Cyber
Man, they
One.
got cinematic. Cameras on.
Oh,
You
it's
can do
amazing.
Just as much stuff as a camera.
4K on this
Yes.
one, and this one's now the outdated one.
Yes.
And so I'm doing a new film called Cyber One, and we'll be shooting up in Black Hawk, Central City, Nevadaville, and taking the old backgrounds and making it kind of like a Blade Runner feel to it. So it's like cyber technology meets country western.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool. I'm shooting it all with my film to really tie into that Cyber One technology.
And the cinematic cameras they're putting on these phones, to me, they're just mini iPads with phone capability.
Yeah,
They're
they're
extreme. They're extreme.
A computer in the palm of our hands, because
That's
I can
right.
edit everything.
Right
and
there.
I mean, even we got the phone over there going live with us.
And then you can use the Osmo for the stability.
The Steadicam.
Yes,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
It's
I bought one of those for this.
Yeah,
and
so you can just knock it out. So I did one Sunday. I went down to this festival down in Adams County Fairgrounds, and the stability is so nice. You look at the clarity on this thing. And it's so clean, and you can do all kinds of cool things. So you can do a lot of stuff now with your.
And speaking of that, we went to Oklahoma City, and they have tunnels all underneath the city there,
Lord.
called the Underground.
So you can do some fun
which
stuff.
which is really cool, because it ties into my second film, which is called The Underground, or it's my third film that I shot in high school, called The Underground, and we're going to use some of that footage for Cyber One, because they made it look like updated with kind of that Blade Runner light feel to it, like blue lights, red lights.
You're right.
And it was all underground, so it really ties into this film, Cyber One. And I took that Steadicam and just went through the tunnels there, and then I'm gonna cut that in with my main
Real nice
character.
and put it together.
Yeah.
And then the thing about what you're doing too now, Netflix is looking for tons of this kind of stuff.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you're going to try to sell to them. You should. I'll hook you up.
Okay. All right. I'm getting hooked up.
Because there's a lot that comes here for they come and hit me up and say, well, what about your life? No.
Well, I bet you'd make a great documentary.
Yeah, everybody says that. And I look, no.
No, I don't want my
How
story
much
out
money?
there.
Yeah, how much money? You have a price. Yeah, but you got to really be careful of that too, because they can make or break you. So,
Oh, yeah.
just on documentaries, even any kind of life stories, and they'll do a 10-part story or a whole series, and they'll put it together the way they see it, and their writers will put it together really nice. They get somebody to play you and stuff, and they go, "Whoa, that's too real."
I know, and these stories are just getting more intense.
Yes.
I mean, 2020 with Tiger King.
Yes, look at that.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, it's like, what the
I was
hell?
like, this cannot be real.
Yeah, you say, where are you? What are you thinking?
And then the director just made chimp crazy. And so it's like that tiger documentary, the Tiger King documentary, but with chimps. And it's a crazy twist in that one. So it's like,
that's where you get the twist. Now the twists are really nice, because sometimes you start out a really short film or a good little film, and you give it a twist like, whoa. Do you remember that one that somebody made? They were doing it like shaky inside. What was
The
the
Blair
name?
Witch?
The Blair Witch.
Oh yeah, that was a game changer.
Yes, that's what. It was so simplistically made, but yet it made millions of bucks.
Well, in the beginning,
the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, the Blair Witch Project, and that it's an independent film, and the way that they made it feel real, because that's when the internet really was used for a tool with that, and the way they promoted it, that people believed it was real. Then you watched it and it felt real. And I remember the first time I saw it, I wasn't really scared, But then it got in my head, and then I had nightmares.
Then you were laying in
So
bed.
then I was like, yeah. So it was one of those like that gets in your head. Like in the
You start
moment,
looking
you're like,
underneath the
oh,
bed.
what is the big deal about this? And then then it got in my head, and just
thought
was
about
a
it,
game
yeah.
changer with that documentary style feel kind of movie that they started doing a lot after that. And
I did a short little piece. It was just for a live feed, just for fun. It was just a joke. It was called the Llorona.
Mhm.
That's an old classic Spanish tale that they had about this lady who killed her kids or whatever. And I did it with my granddaughters, but we had this perfect spot for it, and it was all in the fall. It looked really eerie and stuff, and we put it together. It was short. It was real, like we saw her there, like you said, Blair Witch, but we just did a little piece. 8 months later, they brought out the Llorona full-length movie. Huh? Whoa!
They saw yours.
Was that your trailer? You like the trailer or what?
Yeah.
No, really. It's like, and they grabbed that
Yeah,
piece
they
and they
did.
put it on their
Because we
their
were talking about that years
social
ago
media.
when you did that.
Yeah, they put it up on the piece on social media and got like thousands and thousands of views, and you guys. But it was smart. They brought out that movie and it was big.
Yeah.
It hit big.
Well, and speaking of films, so with the BlissFest 25th anniversary, so this is up at Cottonwood Center of the Arts, part of Peak Film Forum. Show us your shorts. We have probably like 15 filmmakers showing a lot of our favorites through the years. So speaking of films, if you like films, come October 9th and at 6:30 in Colorado Springs at the Cottonwood Center of the Arts. All you got to do is type in blissfest333.com and you will get that information. We're so excited just to have filmmakers from 20 years ago coming to be a part of this. So
now you've had a lot of trials and tribulations, Mike. We've always talked about. We've been around each other. We've always talked about what we're doing here. And you first came in for a few things, then you decided to do the HET, which really took off. Now,
yeah,
they've got that place kicking, but they're not using it to me.
yeah,
They got it really all set up, all redone.
Yep.
But they're like not really using it.
Well, they did do
a few things.
Yeah, they're doing the summer film series. So this is Historic Elitch Theater. So they finally got it opened up again after COVID, and they're doing a lot of they're getting the plays in there again.
Right.
So they did a couple of shows. I think they're doing another show coming up. And the doors are open. They're doing tours too.
And so what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
I was talking to you, a couple of concerts, a few things.
Oh, yeah.
With BlissFest and stuff. So I was by there the other day, and I looked at it and I thought, oh yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Like you miss it sometimes because it's so fixed up.
Yeah, the old Elitch Garden. So a lot of us older people remember those days. I grew up as a kid going there, and then I left in 1990. It was still there. Went to Colorado Springs, ended up in Austin, and then came back here. So it's been 11 years. And I was doing some stuff on Tennyson Street, BlissFest at the Oriental Theater.
Yeah, that really came out.
10th
Did the whole block.
The whole block. We did a cruise in
DJs,
Tennyson.
yes.
Yeah, a lot of DJs. And I remember seeing the theater there, and then the carousel shell, which is a labyrinth now.
Yes, have you seen that? Really cool.
Oh yeah, really cool that you could walk through. And I just remember looking through, doing the labyrinth, and just said to myself, I would love to do something there someday. And next thing I know, I was on the board and then the executive program director. And we had Chris Daniels there. We had Hazel Miller. You filmed live.
What was it, Voice?
And
No,
Face.
Face. Yes,
the vocal band. Yeah, the vocal group.
Yes.
And we invited Henry, and he did a live stream.
That came out really cool too.
Yeah, I just found it the other day because I typed in BlissFest. I was looking at things
up,
through the years, and that was a lot of fun. And then we did a Children's Day International Film Festival, and then then the theater closed down because of the windstorm and the hailstorm that happened and took the roof off. And so then we were working with the Bug Theater after that to do some events there, and then COVID hit, and now I'm at Glory of God Lutheran Church, but still volunteer at Historic Elitch Theater.
Now what's nuts about what you were doing too is that we were doing HET and you had me sit in as a guest, and I kind of messed up, but it turned out great. I started talking about the ghosts.
Yeah.
And it was like, what are you talking about? Why is that guy talking about that shit? Get him off there.
Well, they didn't really want, because with the
Yeah.
theater being kind of closed, they didn't want
Bad publicity.
Exactly.
But like you
it,
know it, and I know it. Bad publicity, good publicity. It's all publicity.
Well,
and that got everybody talking.
Oh yeah, the ghosts in the theater. There's been the ghost hunters there. There's been there's been a lot. I've had some hair-raising incidents while I've been in there. Yeah, I've seen some light and some things move, and yeah.
It was just me, dude. And when I walked in, the light came in. No.
Well, it's just a magical, amazing place.
It is.
When I would be in there by myself and just sitting there, I mean, I would tear up because of all the history that's been a part of the theater.
You know, we used to deal in classic pianos way back in the day, and to me, everything has spirit within it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd get on a piano, I go, whoa, I can't play like this. No, seriously.
Oh, I understand, because I play
about
the keyboards,
Yeah,
and
so-
sometimes most of my songs just I don't even know where they come
Yeah, where they
from.
come
I
from.
mean, I feel like it's like that Holy Spirit, that Holy
Yeah.
Ghost that just comes through you.
And all these older pianos that have been through a lot of different people, and some have died and left the piano in the house or whatever. And you know, we go pick them up and wait a minute, that kind of thing. Now the theater was exactly the same way as what you're talking about. There was the clicker.
The clicker, yeah. Tracy talked about that.
Yeah.
The clicker.
And then the two ladies that would sit up there and
On the top, yeah, yeah.
And we talked about the ghosts, and we got it going real good, but then they wanted to keep going with it on the next episode.
Yeah.
Except we brought in a downer guy. He took it like come on.
Yeah, tell us and he was debunking
Yeah.
everything. He was like,
It's like,
yeah,
why don't
no,
we
we
bring
want to hear the true ghost
Yeah,
stories.
the
like,
fun stuff,
Like, let's
man.
not debunk this here. Like,
And
don't
he
bring
did,
it
and
down.
you were like, oh God, what do we do? And we couldn't get it to lift.
Yeah, because we like having fun.
Yeah, we
and
want-
we
and-
like telling the fun stories.
Because that's what draws. That's what
Oh,
people
yeah.
like. They like that really good stuff. And he just, like you said, oh man.
Well, I do have a ghost story.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So it was my mom's birthday. She has a music box.
Okay.
My mom's passed away.
Okay.
She passed away in 2004 or 2003, and so I didn't remember her birthday.
Oh, shoot.
Next thing I know, that music box is going off by itself, and I'm like, Mom?
What do you-
And I'm like looking at the date, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's your birthday.
Oh.
And so then I told Kelsey, my stepdaughter, and I'm like, the music box is going off by itself. And so I brought her in, and I'm like, Mom, if you're here, let us know. The music box started moving.
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it was moving, and that's when all this
Hair
hair
went up.
started. Yeah, but it was a good feeling because I knew it was her just saying hi, and I just was like in tears, and Kelsey sat, and we didn't feel scared, we just were amazed, that there's something after.
I always say that too because they say you go to heaven, hell. No, you don't. I think it's the energies of life, of the spirit that stays and it just remixes back up, and you come back somewhere else.
Yeah.
You just don't know you're there.
Yeah,
You used to be a gunslinger back in the day.
That's probably why I'm doing this
Yeah, I
cyber
know.
one, because
That's what I'm telling
we
you.
have a gunslinger in it.
That's what I'm telling you. And so you just look to see what you do and how you perceive things, and what you're seeing Christ, you're shooting people to death, the gunslinger. You gotta really that's how I see it sometimes. Like,
Well,
what did you do?
in dreams too.
Yeah,
Like sometimes I wake up and I'm in a different time.
Time zone. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah,
What
and
the
I like
hell?
the dream. I'm living a whole different life, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm back. I'm back
Well,
to
that's
reality.
what I'm telling
here.
you about. That's
Yeah.
how I perceive it. Not that you're reincarnated. It's just the energies of this earth. That's just the energies here. And where are you going? Come on. It's round. There's
Yeah.
no up or down.
Well, and with my mom and her energy and moving that, there was definitely energy there.
Yes.
Yes.
And so Tesla is the one who proved that.
Oh yeah.
He used to be able to, and he said, and everybody says that he was in communication with some outer extraterrestrials,
Oh,
and that's where he
Tesla
was.
said that?
He was getting all this
Yeah.
way on how to build this.
Oh,
incredible-
wow.
I mean, the wireless stuff. Even
Yeah.
in Colorado Springs, he created that big.
Oh,
sphere.
that Tesla. I was thinking of Elon first.
Oh,
Second-
no, no,
yeah,
no, no,
Tesla.
not Elon Musk.
Yeah, I was like, what?
That guy's just running around with a shitload of money, bouncing on everybody.
When you think of the car. Oh yeah, Tesla with Colorado Springs and the genius that he was.
Yes, and he was
Yeah.
doing electricity and doing it wirelessly.
Yeah.
So, but they got rid of it.
And the
because
towers that
yeah,
were built.
They
and,
couldn't
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
They want to charge. They don't
Oh
want
yeah,
wireless
they wanted to
free
make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, no free. They didn't want the free Wi-Fi and
No.
the free electricity and the free phones.
No. But he invented all this stuff, and he even created the. It was called the Death Ray. Do you remember the Death Ray? And they kind of had it in some of the sci-fi movies.
Mhm.
And the Death Ray would go zap you. Well, it's actually real. They really had it, and they put it into outer space. Now they have this thing called in Colorado Springs the Space Force.
Uh-huh.
You heard of that, right?
Well, I saw the show.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, the Space Force is real.
Yeah.
It's like the United
that,
States Air Force.
yeah, part
they
of-
have the United States Space Force.
Yeah.
And the reason we know this, and it's going to start coming here. Rhonda, she used to do the WTF show.
Uh-huh.
Well, she's bringing that here. 'Cause
Oh,
she's
wow.
with the Space Force.
Oh, cool.
So she's going to be bringing
Yeah.
generals, astronauts.
Oh,
all
that'll
this.
be a great show.
Yeah, so
yeah.
we're going to talk about all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you going to do? Defend yourself against somebody who's 10 times more advanced than you? They go,
Yeah, technology is amazing.
It
And where
is.
did we get all this? Like,
And so, let's talk a little bit about technology and how you may be using it here in the future for your, especially your creativity of your movies and short films. How do you think AI will play a part into this? Because it's starting
Well-
to. You can do all these variables now. You can bend. You can change the look. You can the voices.
I think it's getting scary though too,
It is.
because you could make people believe things that are not real through AI technology, and that's where it almost feels like the Terminator in a sense, because like
Yeah.
like even with President Trump, you could do an AI and have him sound exactly the same and twist his words.
And, but he's not really twisting. He's really saying that stuff.
Well, yeah, some of the words, but
You
I
know,
mean, with anybody, like
I don't mind Republicans and I don't mind Democrats, but their selection of that candidate is really.
Well, I
kind
mean,
of-
is that AI? Because
Yeah,
that's
that is.
the cats and dogs is pretty out there.
The cats and dogs.
Now it's all over.
Everybody, there was so much memes about
Oh
that.
my
it
gosh.
just went ape shit. And so he's coming to Colorado. You heard that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
No.
he's going to come to Aurora.
Oh, is
And
he?
this one
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
because I made a statement. I go, no, don't
Yeah.
keep that troublemaker out of here.
Yeah.
Don't bring him to Aurora. That's where all the Spanish-speaking people are at. No, they don't play. That's what I say.
Yeah.
They don't play over there. They don't come over there and start trying to beat down on the Mexicans.
As you know, right?
Yeah. Don't do that. To me, I think this political format, the political error is so. You say you can't even make sense of it. Like you
No.
said, AI, they can twist
It, and even like now Facebook.
even the memes, all the stuff they change. They get Kamala Harris, slow her voice down, slow it down, and she's all wrong.
Yeah, they do.
It was
That's what's
good.
all
I
about.
liked the way it came out, but it was not real.
And with social media and TikTok
Yeah.
now, like they just find the worst in everybody too.
Yes, and TikTok, we started using TikTok. It does real well. They don't censor us like Facebook. Facebook was censoring us big time. I'm not sure why. They went after us hard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they
Well,
took-
even I just did a post about Blissfest and they took it down.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They're
I was just
censoring.
tagging the filmmakers and they
Mhm.
took it down
Saying it's
and
against community standards.
yeah, so
You're trying to get likes
I
and stuff.
disagreed and I'm still waiting to hear back from them and
You-
I'm
you
just
get-
trying to promote Blissfest.
Yeah, you get likes and everything. Well, in a non way or whatever.
Because they want you to pay too.
Yeah, and
for an ad.
you want to tell them.
Yeah.
Well, you created this for likes and for
That-
li-
yeah.
You created this, so why are you saying?
Yeah, you created this for us to be like. That's the whole point.
Yeah, so I was thinking we should start our own kind of social media site and put it up there and go after them. And You remember that one? It was called MySpace.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We could change it and call it My Face.
My face. Well, you could do that.
Yeah, Facebook and MySpace, and just combine them and go buy it MySpace because I think it's still available.
Well, so musicians use it still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
let's
weird
go
when you
back
go
to
to it
and change the name
It-
like they did X. They changed
Yeah.
it from Twitter to X, and they started trying to charge me $35 a month to stream on this. I have to pull it off and go to another site. It was crazy, So what we would do is combine MySpace with Facebook and create a new one, let you do what you got to do.
Well, and now with Facebook too, you're talking about AI. Like they have the AI on there that you could write something up and click the AI,
and it'll do it for
and
you.
then it'll kind of rewrite it for you to make it sound like you're more intelligent than you are. So
I tried and it says, "I'm sorry, sir, you're going to have to go back to grade school before we can continue on."
So, I mean, for that part, it is helpful for like businesses and stuff when you're trying to find the right words to use. I could see where it does come in handy because some of my vocabulary I may not say it the right way that I want to say it. Then you click that AI and then it kind of helps with those words that you're looking for.
And there's a lot of things, because I use it a lot. I was doing the beta versions about 3 years ago through Google, and they brought out the brand new one called Gemini, and so I was doing this beta versions. That was scaring the shit out of me because I needed some code, for 10 codes for doing some aerospace stuff, and it gave me 10 of them. So I tried to look, Jesus Christ, solved it for me, and it's incredible. And
it is
they
incredible.
upgraded it from that Gemini to the version 3, version 4, and you can use it all. And then I decided to start using it to write commercials.
Yeah.
Then I went one step further, which kind of wasn't good. I created 2 individual DJs and did a whole show with those DJs with all the local bands' music. Everybody's writing me all this negative stuff. Why are you doing that? That sounds like crap. Get the real people back on there. I can't have, I did all that, and I go, ooh, let's leave this down for a bit.
Yeah. Well, and even with films now too, they're doing that AI technology where you let the AI write the film and then they make the film, and some of the stuff it doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right.
It's not the real
and the story
creativity of what you are trying to portray.
It doesn't have that human touch.
That's right. You know it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why.
Yeah.
But I tried it just to see how far we can go. But the commercials are really good, though.
Yeah.
Our commercials.
Well, and the songs that I've heard, because like TikTok, like I've seen people post like, let's do a country song with this lyric in it, and then boom, it's like.
And we have about 4 songs like that. There's a guy here. He does a Christian show on Sunday. He showed me. Let me listen to him. Another country song and then an R&B song. He's got this one.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's called The Hole in One.
Yeah.
But it's an up-tempo dance song, but it's about golf.
Yeah. You just tell it you want it about golf.
And it took off, and everybody liked it as just a commercial dance
so
song.
You've got a few AI songs going in here.
And he says, let me copyright that real quick, hurry. Because it took off, It's like, hey, dude, everybody's requesting that song. Another radio station wants me to send it. They want to get it, but all these
wow.
Yeah, they come after that song,
Well, I wonder if they're going to come out with the AI awards.
You know what? We ought to do that. We ought to do
Best AI
skit.
Song of the Year.
Do a little short skit, like about a 30-minute movie. The AI awards.
Yeah, AI
just
awards.
make it as goofy and as crazy as possible.
Well, and that's
and have AI write it.
I was gonna say that's kind of how we met, being goofy and crazy. But no, we did the football show.
Oh, that's right.
That was like my first show working with you.
That's right.
I
completely forgot about that.
Yeah. It was a Super Bowl kind of
spoof
benefit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, downtown at one of the nice restaurants down there.
Yes, it was.
And you had
what's the name of the place?
You had a few of the old players.
Yeah,
there.
We had everything. It really went off big.
Oh yeah, and that video pretty much went viral too.
Yes, it did.
A lot of hits.
What's the name of that place?
That was downtown. But that was
Thirsty
fun.
Lion.
Oh yeah, and that was the only time I've been there, and I haven't been back. So that was by the
Union Station.
Union
And then
Station.
Good Morning America crew was over on that side. They were
Yeah.
going to join us, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Bring all the cameras here. Let's get busy. And you brought, who? You brought somebody to help.
Vincent.
Vincent came
Yeah,
with you.
Vincent came and helped.
That
And
really turned out good. Everybody talks about that.
I was pretty nervous because I didn't really know who you were, and my first big kind of show, and
I forgot you did that. That's where
Yeah.
we first met. That's right.
Yeah.
No, you did a fine job.
Yeah, that was
it went well. It was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So everybody was logged in. I was pushing that everywhere.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
we got the one channel and then went. Even the big stations were picking it up for just pieces of it as it was rolling. It was really cool.
And then we've been working together and
Ever
friends
since, yeah.
ever since. So
That's
gosh,
a long time ago.
I think that's about 10 years ago.
Yes, that's a long
Wow,
time.
we've aged 10 years. Look at all this gray.
Hey, no, you know, still looking good.
The chrome. I guess I could call this chrome. Well, our silver. I'll just call
Where's
it silver.
Jesse? I thought you were gonna bring Jesse with you. You know. So.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna just kind of play this solo today.
Yeah.
Like,
So I was gonna ask you. You guys started doing this one live feed. I forgot who it was, and you guys had a nice little setup going. Who was that with?
Matt probably.
Yeah, Matt. What
yeah.
happened to it?
So Matt, they still do some live stuff, and then and what I do now is I do the live Sunday service at Glory of God. So I stream live on YouTube, and we still do it on Zoom. So so
Because they need to log in from Zoom so they can get. See
Well, yeah, so they could see you. So like with a lot of the congregation, when 2020 hit, then they're able to feel like they're still connected.
Right.
So that Zoom really took off then.
That's
because it was Skype, and
Yeah,
you don't
remember that,
hear
yeah.
a lot about Skype anymore.
At all.
Like,
Yeah, with Skype.
yeah, what is Skype? Like, yeah, Zoom just zoomed
Zoom.
away. It zoomed away.
They even named it properly.
Yeah.
You know, they named it Zoom.
And it just,
It came
yeah.
out really nice.
Yeah, so we're still doing Zoom with our Sunday services, and then I go live on YouTube, and then post everything afterwards too on.
You know, we ought to
Twitter
get
and
everybody
Facebook.
together again. You know, bring them all in here, you guys, and just maybe do a live push of some sort.
Oh yeah.
Just to recognize you and the other guys, and you know, and just liven this place back up to what you guys are doing. You know, because all this stuff, like you said, if it won't go this way, I've got other routes to go. You know.
Yeah, well,
So
I mean,
we can
it's just
stream it all over the place.
It's so exciting to, 25 years of bliss, like starting off in 1999 in Austin, and we did a full circle because the Alamo Draft House started off in Austin, and then for our 20th anniversary, we were at the Alamo Draft House on Colfax.
Oh, I remember
And it
that,
was
yes.
like the first film festival that they put on there. Because it was right when they opened up too, so that was pretty amazing. And then the Oriental, of course.
I remember that. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's really cool too that I was thinking about. Back in the day, there was no such thing as Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And we used to do it on Ustream, and so Ustream
Oh, yeah.
was big with us. So we did it on Ustream, and then it switched into Facebook Mentions. I don't know if you remember that. Facebook Mentions is Facebook Live now, but you have to prove that you were somebody or something, and
Yeah.
give them all your, firstborn as collateral with all this shit. It was crazy, but we got on there. Everybody's
Yeah.
looking at us. What are you talking about? Catch us on Facebook Live. What are you talking about? Pictures? No, it's live video.
Yeah.
And so we moved on to it, and we were doing it for quite some time. I think about a year, and then they took everybody, let everybody go on as Facebook Live. And then they did a thing called Facebook watch parties.
Oh yeah.
That was big, but they right away took that down for the very reason you can see who was watching you and stuff, and they couldn't charge.
Yeah.
So they had to pull that down so they could do the.
Yeah, because I was doing those watch parties
Yeah,
too,
and-
and I liked it.
And you could see everybody
Yeah.
in there, and you can talk and everything.
Yeah.
And they switched that and put boost on us, and like you said, censor you. You want to boost it, pay us, and you can. Keep
And
going.
it's all about the money now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
because
about
like
bucks.
you scroll through and all the ads, like
Yeah.
and you don't see a lot of your friends anymore
yeah,
either.
you can't.
It's like I have
Well,
to.
they abandoned us anyway. So be honest, come on, Michael.
Yeah, people doing good things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing good things.
Yeah.
You put something up there negative, boy. I like to. You know what I'll do is I'll put something up there, just kind of, going against the grain. I like to do that just to bring the value of all the audience in, because the good or bad, whatever they say, it doesn't matter. So all these people just start telling me off that I'm stupid, I'm this, I'm that. You know, it's like this long. I got a dissertation from this woman. You are just a blah 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 blah.
Oh no.
But it's bringing audience.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm after.
Yeah.
And after they're all done, I just go,
Yeah.
and it just erases it all in one shot. You know, so that way, because it seems like the positive stuff doesn't lift very much. You know?
Well, and that's it too with my post when I was promoting Christ 2022. When I got all those negative comments, then it just really boosted it.
Yeah, so I was telling you, it boosted it.
Yeah.
It's all this negativity, and everybody has an answer for you. You know, look at Jesus' shoes. That one little, it wasn't tied sideways that way, it was tied on top. His sandals didn't look that color.
And I mean, the whole point of this, it wasn't even, I mean, it was 2022, so it was just a Christ-like figure, but when you do something like that, you know, like,
religious
geez.
fanatics.
And it just had a special message at the end, and a twist at the end, and you know, just and basically what it amounted to was love. Like, just you know, love. Like, love one another, love your neighbor. And I mean, that's where I think we're separating from. It's like, where's the love these days?
You know, it's really cool though. Let's talk about BlissFest 333 again, so that way we can get an idea of what's going on.
So let me mention, so it's at the Cottonwood Center of the Arts. It's the 25th anniversary, October 9th at 6:30 p.m. Cottonwood just reminds me of the Artplex. It's a beautiful building in Colorado Springs with art studios, galleries, and then a screening room. And we're going to have some live music with Jesse.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, Jesse's going to be playing at 6:30, so get there at 6:30. 7 o'clock we will start the films, and then afterwards Jesse will do some networking, and Jesse will play us out. So
nice.
And we're trying to have Bonnie bake an anniversary cake.
Ooh, bake a big one.
Yeah.
Now the Fall Festival is also next week at the Lutheran.
Yeah, so the September 29th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is on a Sunday. And I mean, the cool thing, bring the kids, because the scavenger rock hunt is a lot of fun for the kids to get that special rock and to find a prize. And then the bake sale, so baked goods, $5 for a hamburger or a hot dog, chips, and a drink, and just a lot going on, live music, and an art show. And then a cakewalk, which you don't see a lot of cakewalks anymore.
Yeah.
So that's one of the attractions. People love the cakewalk, the adults, the kids. You know, just it's kind of like musical chairs. You go around in a circle until the music stops, and then you call out a number and you win a cake. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So please come join us and support the Fall Festival. I'm so grateful for Henry supporting us and sharing. And
we go back a long ways. That's why
yeah.
And it's fun to bring you, like I said, to bring you back here, to have you in the studio again. It's been a long time, like we were talking about. And it's been forever. It's like, okay, so what's up with this? Yeah. Michael. Then I had my headsets when he walked, you know, my headsets were on me when he walks in. It's about scared the living Christ out of me. I was stuck on the ceiling like, hey,
yeah, I made you jump.
Yeah, you did. That was wild. Yeah, so it's kind of nice to have you back, Mike. And it's awesome.
I was so excited once you reached out and told me about the new studio and to come down and check it out, and it's a very nice setup here.
Yeah, and so like I said, bring the other guys over so and maybe do a live feed and talk about all you guys of what you're doing now, because you know the films that Michael makes, the short films, all of them have been getting worldwide acclaim, and so that's really nice to see that about you. You've always had, like I said, as you get older, it gets really good, but then you say, well, how come this didn't happen when I was young? Well, you weren't as good as when you are now.
Yeah. Well, and now with Film Freeway, you could submit all over the world, and so the films have been doing really well in other countries, especially India.
Yeah, now Now that you say that, this
Yeah.
is really interesting. India is big on films
Oh,
now.
yeah.
We had Sudata in here. She's from India.
Oh,
I don't know if you got to
nice.
see her.
Oh.
And she's an actress, and she did a
Oh.
film, and so hers is launched as a full-length film.
Uh-huh.
It's launching in 2025, and she was so happy to be in here because we're worldwide. And as
Yeah.
you see,
Oh, yeah,
all over
we're
there.
all over.
And so this one is. You used to see this before.
Yeah.
And so let's see if it's still running here. Slow down. And she was so happy to see that, all of India, but I had to censor her a tiny bit
Yeah.
because, when you deal with other parts of the world and other countries, their culture is a little bit different
Yeah.
than ours. So I told you, there's a few things you may not want to say coming through here. And that was, women are looked upon as a lower class human in India as the men.
Mm-hmm.
And she's telling me all this. I
Yeah.
go, well, let's keep. There's certain things you want to not say.
Yeah.
But she wanted to. I go. I'm going to kind of censor that because you can't have that. And it was good because all of India is listening because she's a big star out there in India, and she's like